Will Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4 happen? New comments improve the chances. I think it should, because when you actually think about it, the first two Spider-Man films by Sam Raimi were good. But the third one really made me hate these characters. The bully Peter Parker, I know that became a meme on YouTube, but I don't like the character. I don't like how Venom was introduced in the Sonyverse. Horrible looking CGI and Peter and Mary Jane breaking up. It was just unwanted. Not to mention the whole Harry becoming the new Green Goblin. That was a complete waste of time in my honest opinion, because when I saw it years ago, something about the film that just didn't fit right with me. I would say if this is really true, then hopefully he'll be able to have some type of redemption, giving us the best Spider-Man film in Sam Raimi's fashion. You know, the usual. To be honest with you, like I said, the first two were great, but the third one just left a sour taste out of my mouth. Everything about the third film just rubbed me the wrong way, and I was not a fan of it. And I haven't really watched any Spider-Man film ever since. Though I do love the Amazing Spider-Man movie. The first one was great, but the second one, although I do like the costume, the story and the execution was terrible. I don't think you're gonna see like Sony make any more Spider-Man films unless Sam Raimi is involved. Then of course you would. Let's get to the article. Spider-Man No Way Home became the biggest hit movie in years upon its debut at the end of 2021, sitting at nearly $2 billion at the global box office, following its run in theaters worldwide. Thanks to the inclusion of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man alongside Tom Holland's MCU web slinger, the multiversal Spidey threequel brought some of the MCU's most game-changing moments ever. As No Way Home picked up Garfield's and Maguire's story directly after their last solo films in 2007 and 2014, respectfully, fan cries ramped up immediately for both actors to get the opportunity for a full return in new movies. Online campaigns went viral for both Spider-Man 4 and The Amazing Spider-Man 3 to be made, although Holland is currently the only Spider-Man actor with plans now set in the stone. I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like both Andrew and Maguire, they pretty much stole the show for me, because when I saw it like last year and I did my review of it, I broke down 3 times. It was one of those films where it made me love Spider-Man even more because of how the acting was, and the action was so well put together. And the most shocking thing was Aunt May's death. That really turned the film upside down. It really started out dark early when the Green Goblin, Harry Osborn, William Dafoe's Green Goblin turned heel all of a sudden. As soon as it went dark, the film got intense. It had some PS4 moments with the fight between the Goblin and Spider-Man and the apartment complex. And then the final fight between the Green Goblin and Spider-Man. I did my reaction a while back. Go check it out. And when I saw it, of how good Tom Holland's acting performances is, see his anger in the facial expression, it really tells me they're going to probably set him up for the Venom storyline, which I'm hoping they do. Now that Venom is in the MCU, please give him the iconic logo on his chest. It's needed all the way through. With that being said, I think both Tobey and Andrew's Peter Parker's, like I said, they stole the show for me. I cried multiple times when Andrew's Peter Parker started acting, when Tobey's Peter Parker started crying when all 3 of them mentioned that Uncle Ben told them the exact same thing before he passed away. When Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker started acting about his loss for Gwen Stacy, that moment broke me completely. Trust me, if I did like a full reaction to the movie, I would. This movie had me emotional like nonstop because it was so good. Like, there's certain moments in this movie that it really made you cry. And I think this moment really changed the game Hollywood superhero films should be emotional, serious, and have to be some dramatic moments. But this film provided you with everything you needed. Three Spider-Mans working together, and it was incredible. So let's continue. For Maguire's movie specifically, those cries were compounded by the fact that Sam Raimi, the original trilogy director, is now heading into his own MCU outing with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Raimi has even commented on the possibility himself, with his most recent quotes making Spider-Man 4 most of the possibility now than ever before. Wow. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. Sam Raimi is like one of my favorite directors from the 80s to now. And one of my favorite films he's done was the Evil Dead franchise. First time I saw it last year, I fell in love with horror movies ever since. But when you turn to Spider-Man in 2002, yeah, it really changed the game for a lot of us, those who grew up with superhero films, etc. So he knew how to capitalize the fans, and he gave the fans what they really want. So the fact that he was able to provide us with that is something that you want more out of this director. Hopefully this news does come out. There's been rumors still of Spider-Man 4, being made by Sam Raimi. Hopefully we'll be able to get some information on Tobey's Spider-Man. And in an interview with Movie Pilot, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, director Sam Raimi addresses the possibility of making Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. Intentionally not believing it to be possible, but Raimi admitted that he is now completely open to the idea thanks to the inclusion of the Multiverse of Madness. Now, I am going to check out the Multiverse of Madness movie. It's coming out next month. It's coming out on my aunt's birthday, so I'll probably see it for myself. I think Doctor Strange is an interesting character. Sorry if I'm talking fast. I'm just trying to get through the day, y'all, so I'm so burnt out. And, yeah. Although there was one time that they actually rumored that Tobey Spider-Man was going to be in the movie, but that got debunked. So, yeah. Let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comments down below. And what do you think? Should Sam Raimi make the Spider-Man 4 film? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in my next one.